Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat. In case you're new here, if you are, you should go ahead and subscribe to be notified when I upload new videos. Speaking of new videos, this is a new video, obviously. And this video is on the Sephora Pro palette thing. This is the editorial version of the palette, which is the colorful one. But this video is going to consist of a little review on it, a demo tutorial on this look. Looks a little crazy, kind of reminds me of like peacocks and tropical birds, which I love so much. And I love colorful shadows. And so it's going to consist of that, and plus swatches. I'm going to do finger swatches and brush swatches. So far, first impressions on the palette. I haven't done swatches yet. I swatched a few shades that were calling out to me. This is the Editorial palette. It is by Sephora Collection. Sephora came out with 3 palettes. The Editorial one, which is the colorful one. The Cool one, which is cool tones, which I'm really lusting over because I love cool tones. And the Warm one, which everybody and their mother has bought. So it retails for $68 USD and $85 Canadian, which is ridiculous. I spent $85 on this. Who? What? I know. But I've been looking for a colorful palette at Sephora for months now, and then this came out, and hi. How gorgeous. So gorgeous. $85 is really expensive for this, especially because it's by Sephora, but so far I think it's worth it. So to break this down a little bit for you, this is the box that it comes in. It's just a matte black box with holographic blue writing. The writing is raised. Then on the back it has ingredients, what is Sephora Pro, blah blah blah, and then the little color selection palette. And then in the actual box comes a little pamphlet, and this is just like one of those things, and it shows you what colors would look cool together and whatnot. So there's that. Then there's the actual palette. The packaging is very good quality. It does feel pretty heavy for a palette, which I am very pleased and happy about. And it does seem like very good quality. It is magnetic, in case you're wondering. Little thing to hold to open it. And then the back just looks like that. So this is the actual palette. You have a nice big mirror, and then you have all the shades. This is the back of the palette. This has 28 shades, which is really good. And each shade has 0.04 ounces, which is not bad at all. So let's just do some math quickly. $68 USD divided by 28 shadows, that is $2.42 a shadow. And then Canadian, it is $3 per shadow, which is not bad. That's actually a really good price. It just sounds like a lot because you're buying it all at once. You do only get 1.12 ounces of product in this, which does not sound like a lot to me. In comparison, let's compare it to some other palettes. This is 0.04 ounces per shadow. Tartelette is 0.053 ounces, so Tartelette has more. ColourPop singles have 0.042, so they're pretty close. This is 0.04. ColourPop does have a little bit more. Some of the ColourPop singles have 0.05 ounces. Makeup Geek has 0.064 ounces. So again, more than the Sephora. Too Faced Sweet Peach palette has 0.03 ounces per shadow. So Sephora wins. They have more. Pastel Goth has 0.06 ounces, which again is more than 0.04. So you don't get a ton of product, but it's not terrible either. It is kind of in the range of most palettes and shadows, but it is a little smaller. It is made in the USA, in case you are wondering. As far as Sephora Collection being cruelty-free, I'm not completely sure. It doesn't have the little symbol stating that it is. Some sources do say that they are cruelty-free. Others say that they're not. Others say that they are, except they test in places like China where they are required. I'm not quite sure. Do your own research when it comes to that. It doesn't say anything about it being vegan, so it's probably safe to assume that it's not vegan. This is what it looks like. I have used it already, obviously. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Very, very pretty. It does not say the shade names inside of the palette, unfortunately, but it does come with a little slip that says all of the names. I wish it said the shade names inside. There are multiple finishes. There are mattes, shimmers, there's some like more glittery shades. Now I will go into some swatches and I'll show you guys the swatches and then we'll probably do the tutorial. This is the first row of swatches. First color here, this is Porcelain, a matte white. It applies to the eye pretty well. So in all the swatches, we have the finger swatch first and then the brush swatch. It didn't do too well with the brush, but it did apply well on my eyes. Then right here, we have White Gold, which applied pretty well in both swatches. Then we have Rose Quartz, which also applied pretty well in both swatches. These guys are pretty light though, just so you know. And it applied very, very well to the eyes. And then we have, right after it, Julie T, which is the green. Again, applied pretty well. And then after it, we have Moonstone, pretty well. And then after this one, and then this is Ice, which applied really bad. This is like a glitter formula. It's not nice. And then after, we have Silver Coin, which applied pretty well. This is the next row. This row in particular had a lot of kick up when I was doing the brush swatches. So the first color is Tangerine. This did blend really well on the eyes and it did work very, very well on the eyes and it built up well. Same with Amy, which is this one. I love this color. It's like a corally pretty color. I love it. And then right here we have Eliza D, which also worked pretty well on the eyes. And then next we have Tila? Not sure. I did not use this on the eyes, but the swatches are okay. And then we have Maisha here. And then here we have Electric Violet, which I used literally like a dab of this on my eyes and it worked well. And then here we have Addie. It swatches amazingly, but that's not good. That brush swatch is not good. So yeah, that's the second row. This is the third row of shadows. There was a lot of kick up in this row as well. So the first color is Champagne. It is very pretty when you swatch it with your finger, but with a brush it doesn't really show up that well. I think if you like packed it on or used Fix Plus, it would be fine though. The next one is Jeffrey. I didn't really like this color on my eyes. Not because there's anything wrong with the actual formula, but just because the color's a little weird. It's a little like dirty. I wanted it to be more lime greeny. So I'm kind of disappointed with this color just because I'm not a huge fan of the shade. But I think I'll find a use for it. I hope I will at least. Next one is Helen P. I use this one. It's a really pretty shade, but it didn't build well. It was kind of patchy. So yeah, not a huge fan of this one. Then the next shade is Grass. I love this name. I love Grass. It swatched really well with your finger. With the brush, it didn't swatch too well, but I think you could build it up and use Fix Plus, no problem. The next one is Sean. It swatched really nicely. Didn't look too well with the brush swatch. I feel like it'd be kind of like, what was this one? Helen P. I feel like it wouldn't build very well, but I'm not sure. I haven't used it. Then we have Chris. I feel like maybe kind of the same thing. Not quite sure. And then we have Dinah. It swatches so nicely. It's such a pretty color, but the brush swatch does not work that well. It makes me so sad. But again, if we use Fix Plus and built it up, I feel like it would work decently. So there you go. So this is the last row. This has a lot of those warm toned folly colors that are really in right now. So the first one is called Pink Quartz. Again, this is one of those dumb glitter formulas that are terrible. Then we have another one of those, which is Wendy G. This one is a little bit better. It's a little more soft, but again, it is still grady and not good. And then we have Lou. Again, kind of that formula, but this one is a little nicer. Still not great. And then we have a shitty one, which is Caroline. I love the name of this. I wish this was a good one, but it's not. Look at that. How terrible. And this is like all gritty. You can see the flecks of glitter. Like, you can just see them. Like, it's not good. Next we have Hector E, which is very, very nice, and it worked very well. And then David, which also worked really well. And then we have Ildi. It's just a matte black with some shimmer in it, and it's pretty good. So yeah, that is the last row. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what type of look I want to go for. Look, there's so many options. I'm really drawn to like this section right here. So I saw a look from Jay Kissa a while ago. I actually went and looked it up this morning so I could see it. She done a look a while back in a video. It was the ColourPop Press Shadow video, where the inner corner was dark and the outer corner was light. So I kind of want to incorporate that. This is the look right here. So I'm thinking maybe going in with this hot pink in the inner corner, and then this coral is really calling to me, so do that in the middle. And then on the outer corner, I'm thinking this blue. I want to use as many shadows as I can. So I think I'm gonna set my whole eye with Porcelain, which is just, I believe, a matte white. Since there's no transition colors, I need to use this as a transition color. I mean, it's okay that there's no transition colors, because normally in colorful palettes you're going into a million palettes anyways, for colorful looks. And honestly, for a colorful palette, I'd rather have colorful colors than not colorful colors, you know? I'm gonna go in with Eliza D. Good payoff so far. Put this in the inner corner. Okay, lots of fallout already. It is blending decently, so I think we're just gonna leave it there. And going in with Amy now, which is just a bright coral. There's a lot of kick up and fallout even with this one. Honestly though, with colorful shadows, I do completely expect that, just because I haven't really found any good colorful shadows that don't have any fallout. So it's very unheard of for colorful shadows to like be perfect and have no fallout. So I'm not surprised at all. So those do blend together pretty well. So the next color is Helen P, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer corner. Oh, this one's way light. See that? It might just be my brush. The other brushes were a little more denser, so let me see if I can use a different one. This color is way lighter in general. That's okay, we can figure it out though. This blue's a little patchy. I'm just gonna go in with the corally one. I'm gonna actually dip into Electric Violet just to see what happens. Blends well, but it's kind of taking over the pink, which I don't like, so we're not going to do that again. LNP, which is a blue, still looks patchy. I'm going to go back in with Porcelain just to lighten up the top a little more, because I feel like it's looking a little muddy and dark. I really don't like the way the blue's showing up. I'm gonna take it on a shader brush and see how it goes. It's still going on patchy. Can you guys see that? Went on patchy. I don't like how that blue went on. The other colors went on well. So I went ahead and did more on this eye. We're really going for a fun editorial type look. So I tightlined and waterlined my eyes, and then I went in with Jeffree, and I didn't really like it that much. That's like the greeny color, so just to get the same effect, I'm taking it right along my lower lash line. This color looks very like dirty, like I'm not a huge fan of this color. I wanted the color to be more like lime green, and that's what it looked like more online. But it's definitely not. So that's what it looks like, and I don't like that. So to fix it, I went in with Tangerine, which is the orange color, and put it all over my bottom lash line. And I smoked it up and created a wing with it. I think I'm going to take some of the coral and just try to incorporate it like in the middle just to pull it together a little. So it kind of like starts coral and then it goes to orange. I feel like I look like a tropical bird. I want to go in with one of the pretty iridescent shades. So the pink is called Rose Quartz, and I'm just going to put that on my inner corner. And I'm also going to put it under my brow. So I went ahead and did the rest of my face, and I used highlighter. I used the Pink Heart by ABH in the Moonchild palette, but I like the one on my eye better, so I'm going to go ahead and use Rose Quartz and use that as highlight. So this is what the eye looks like. These are the eyes. So now that you've seen the swatches and the tutorial part of the video, I will get into my review. I really like this palette actually. There are definitely a few duds in the palette that I don't really like, specifically the really glittery shades. These shadows right here, these four right here, are not the best formula. Same with this one. These ones aren't great. Some of the neon, more colorful shades are better than others, but neon, pastel-y, light, colorful shadows are really hard to perfect, so I wasn't expecting much from them, so I was very happy with them. I do think that this palette is really good. It is kind of expensive, but I do really like it. If you have the money, I would say go pick it up. If not, maybe pass on it. It's not the end of the world if you don't get this palette. It is limited edition, but I heard someone say that it's like not really that limited edition. They said that they knew people up at Sephora. I don't know. So limited edition, maybe it's not limited edition, who knows. This will probably be around for a while. It came out for their fall collection, so it will be around for at least the rest of this year. So you definitely have time to pick it up or save for it. It's very nice. I would recommend it. You don't need it by any means, but I think that there are other colorful palettes out there that you could probably get. So yeah, there you go. That's my review. I do really like this palette. That is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked, leave a like. Also subscribe to be notified when I upload new videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!